Hi everyone, how are you? My name is Bobby King. I am from Middle East. Welcome back on my channel. I hope you are fine there. God give you more happiness for you all. You live always happy there. Your one-stop destination for all things related to the Iraqi dinar. As you know in my videos, I try my level best to give you the most recent update of Iraqi dinar. Please don't forget hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Watch complete video for support me. Share and like also. Let's start to the latest update about the Iraqi dinar.
Baghdad, Iraq. Something shocking is quietly unfolding in the heart of the Middle East. It's not war. It's not collapse. It's transformation, deliberate, digital, and potentially historic. For decades, the US dollar has ruled the streets of Iraq. It flowed through bazaars and banks alike, a lifeline in a nation plagued by inflation, corruption, and currency instability. But now, without the world fully noticing, Iraq is preparing to dry the dollar up, and for the first time in recent memory, regain full sovereignty over its financial system. This isn't speculation. The shift has been underway for months. The US has already halted routine shipments of physical cash into Iraq, a move that signaled more than just a logistics change. It was a quiet but significant step that forced Iraq's central bank to confront a long-delayed reckoning, either adapt or remain chained to a currency it doesn't control. What's coming next may shock the world, but it's exactly what many Iraqis have been hoping for. Drying up the dollar. A calculated break. The Iraqi government is accelerating a dramatic push to digitize its economy. From reducing reliance on cash to introducing tighter electronic monitoring systems, the central bank is making it increasingly difficult, and soon, unnecessary, to use US dollars within Iraq's borders. The real catalyst, however, lies in something more symbolic and more seismic. The currency reform that aims to drop the 3 zeros from the Iraqi dinar. Currently, Iraq operates under an artificially bloated currency system. A loaf of bread might cost thousands of dinars. The exchange rate is pegged to the dollar, but the numbers don't reflect Iraq's actual economic potential. Inflation and past conflicts have distorted the value of the dinar beyond recognition. But that's about to change. By lopping off 3 zeros and re-pegging the dinar to a** real effective exchange rate *, one that reflects the country's current and future economic strength, Iraq could unveil a stronger, more stable currency. Early whispers from inside the financial sector suggest that the new rate could place the dinar above parity with the US dollar. That would mark a total reversal of fortune. If that happens, the once dominant greenback will rapidly vanish from daily life in Iraq. Why would Iraqis continue trading in a foreign currency when their own becomes more valuable, more trusted, and more efficient, especially in a digital form? A future already in motion. There are signs that Iraq is already adapting to this new reality. Point-of-sale systems and mobile banking are rapidly being deployed. The central bank is pressing businesses to settle transactions electronically and has begun cracking down on unlicensed money changers who deal in US dollars. This shift isn't just about economics. It's about sovereignty. For years, the dollar's dominance has made Iraq's economy vulnerable to foreign policy whims. Sanctions, swift lockouts, and external banking pressure have all played roles in distorting Iraq's internal financial landscape. Going digital, and going dinar, changes that equation. It gives Iraq new tools to fight corruption, track illicit money flows, and stabilize inflation. It also allows for a tighter, more transparent tax base, something the country desperately needs to rebuild after decades of war and political turmoil. Shockwaves beyond Iraq. The implications of Iraq's monetary shift extend far beyond its borders. If the dinar strengthens and gains regional respect, it could challenge the petrodollar system in subtle but profound ways. Iraq is a major oil producer. If it begins selling oil in dinars, especially in digital dinars, that would send ripples through the global financial order. Other countries watching from the sidelines, particularly those eager to reduce their reliance on the US dollar, might find inspiration in Iraq's model. What seemed unthinkable just a few years ago is now beginning to look like a bold new playbook for monetary independence. Hope on the streets for the average Iraqi. This transformation offers something more valuable than global headlines. Hope. Hope that their money will finally be worth something again. Hope that inflation will no longer eat away their savings. Hope that their country is not forever doomed to be dependent on others for financial survival. I used to hide dollars under my mattress, said Hadi, a shopkeeper in Baghdad. But now, I'm thinking about getting a card reader. My son says everything will be on the phone soon. Skepticism remains, of course. Reforms like this require immense coordination and trust, two things Iraq's institutions have struggled to maintain. But for the first time in decades, the country seems to be moving with a sense of purpose, not panic. The end of the dollar, in Iraq. At least this isn't the end of the dollar globally. But it may be the end of the dollar in Iraq. And that alone is monumental. By drying up the dollar, going digital, and embracing a real exchange rate, Iraq is choosing self-determination over dependence. It's a leap, not into chaos, but into control. The kind of shock that doesn't come from war or collapse, but from a country daring to rewrite its future. And maybe, just maybe, this time the world will pay attention. In the end, I want to ask all my friends watching to stay positive and patient, because patience truly is the key to success. Please subscribe to my channel and show your support. Wishing you all a wonderful day. Thank you so much.